Very good afternoon to all, and welcome back to Tally CA Connect. So, thank you so much for joining with us with the return filing due date in the corner. But today's topic is also a crucial one. We are going to cover the latest GST compliance requirements and the new law. As you all may be aware that starting August 1, 2026, the GSTN has mandated capturing the ship to GSTN for all the B2B and SEZ bill to ship to transactions. And while TallyPrime has that capability already, it's a voluntary field. So starting 1st August, this will become a mandatory field, and with the connected GST in TallyPrime, you all will be able to comply this mandate very seamlessly. Also, with our new features of TallyPrime 7.1, in order to reduce the GST errors, we have a built-in list of HSN and SSC to help you validate. And with as we are covering the GST mandates, so why not, which is one of the major requirement that as per the Income Tax Act new law, that any businesses or taxpayer maintaining the books electronically has to take a daily backup of their books, and you can do so very seamlessly with TallyPrime. So we are going to see this demo within the product, and for that, please welcome CA Punit Mehta ji from Mumbai, a chartered accountant, a Tally evangelist. He's an expert in Tally implementation, advising as per the business needs. He is also a regular speaker for chartered accountants at various important forums. And thank you so much, Puneet ji, for sharing today's topic so that we can proactively educate our customers and TallyPrime users, so how they can seamlessly comply with this new mandate starting this week. So thank you so much, sir, for your timely advice and your suggestion. So great. So we'll keep this today's session very crisp, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Komal ji, and thank you, Tally team, for organizing this particular webinar in a very apt time. But before we move to the webinar, I wish to uh, give my best wishes to all the participants who are here. Happy Guru Purnima, and आज बहुत बड़ा दिन है in the entire India. जो भी रहेगा, people respect their guru sir, and I wish that आप सब लोग अपने अपने गुरुओं को एक 5 सेकंड के लिए याद करें, and उसके बाद में we can start our today's session. So I'm really grateful from my side. I'm really grateful that Tally has been giving us chance to be part of the knowledge sessions that we can organize and we can share with lot many participants. So in that regard, I give my deep respect to this company and this product, where we've seen that how the businesses as well as professionals have multiplied their entire workings. So with those few words, friends, today's session, as Komalji rightly pointed out, it is on the cusp of a major differentiation of the business working. The notification may be a very small notification, but उसका FAQ जो है, उसके FAQ को अगर आप deeply पढ़ेंगे, तो you will realize that there is a lot of change of behavior. Now, what those change of behavior are, how we as a Tally user can use those functionality and understand it, we will see it in next 1 hour. Okay, we will also see the HSN validation functionality that 7.1 has brought in, and we will also see why and how the backups of Tally can be useful in this difficult scenario. So let me share my screen, and
so we are getting few requests that the voice is not clear. Actually, I am able to hear you well, and so I'll
anyway,
request. Yeah, most of them are saying the voice is okay, but some of them
yeah,
has said. So maybe I'll request few of you that there are no electronic devices connected within the same, because that helps or leads to echo. So I hope there is okay. Thank you, Mr. Vishwas, for confirming, because even I am able to hear Mr. Punit very clearly. So,
Right.
okay, Punit sir, maybe we can start. Thank you.
Wonderful. So let's start with our today's requirement, that what is this notification all about and how we can navigate in this particular scenario. Okay. So this notification was supposed to be implemented on 1st of July 2026. For some reason, the government saw that the trade is not ready with the functionality, and this by they postponed the notification. Now the applicability date. Now after postponing the applicability date, they have not added any other information. Okay, so let me just give a brief of as to what was the purpose. Like we will go in deep for bill to ship to, what are the major modification which has happened, the mandatory change that has happened, that is also we will go in more deeper. But in this slide, if you see, the last point is what is worth noting. What is the last point? The government wants traceability of goods of movement to be improved. Fine. That is fine. It is the duty of the government to check whether the goods are going at the place where it is mentioned. The second point is strengthen the audit trail. Now, that means the current audit trail, which is there in the system, is not so robust, which is helping them to get certain details. Now, what those details are? That they want to do a system-based verification, as rightly required by this government has been doing it. They have been doing robust checks and balances in all the areas. So one area which was very much missing is to ship to, people were not maintaining it properly, people were not updating it. Many times the duplicate numbers were there, and because of that, the entire data or many of the data on the e-waybill portal that people were recording was, the government was, or the officers were not able to use it effectively. This is the major change that one has to look into it, where government is telling proactively that I am doing a change, but that change is for me to bring system based verification. So that is an important point one must note. Obviously, they have ensured that confidentiality and this ship to details, where they have mandated कि भाई आप ship to details को आपको डालना जरूरी है. So they have, while they have mandated that confidentiality clause would be maintained, they will not give this ship to details in the get e-waybill APIs for those who are not using Tally. This is for where it is. Ship to details will also not be printed on the e-waybill portals. When any e-waybill is printed from the e-waybill portal, only the authorized users would be able to enter it. The relevant ship to detail and the pin code shall continue to be shown as per the existence, and the trade secrecy would be maintained. It will, while it will not be printed, but जो टैक्स पेयर्स है उनको, जो खुद ने रेस किया है उनको दिख सकता है. ओके, सो while 60 or 70% of the people को नहीं दिखेगा, जिनको दिख रहा है, they have to be either the users themselves or the authorized users like the tax officers and all those things. Okay, so let's take the different transaction types and understand what is the change which is happening. Okay, one is the पहला जो है सप्लायर और बायर के बीच में बिलिंग फ्लो है, फ्रॉम सप्लायर टू बायर. नो जीएफ if it is a regular transaction. So the e-waybill portal do not want the same GSTN which is mentioned in the bill to be mentioned in the ship to. Okay, why? Because that is the exact change that they have brought in, that you please do not duplicate the GSTN. आपने bill to में डाल दिया है. If I am selling to a person in Bangalore, suppose MTech Business Solutions is selling to Tally Solutions in Bangalore, and the bill to address and the ship to address and the GSTN are common, then the government do not want that this ship to details should be posted or should be going on the e-way bill portal, right? That is the first thing. Now, while it is important to note that the same would be not there. Many times the buyer himself has got two addresses. One which is of Bhiwandi. Suppose I am selling to a person in Opera House and his address is Bhiwandi. I am from Mumbai. That's the reason I am taking an example for Mumbai, from Mumbai. So Bhiwandi is a hub, logistical hub, where there are a lot of godowns. So if I am sending the goods to the Bhiwandi part, then do I need to mention the address or in the ship to details of the Bhiwandi and the GSTN number, which is my own GSTN number? No, you need to mention only one bill to. Both the GSTN numbers cannot be common. Bill to GSTN number and ship to GSTN number cannot be common. It has to be only one. Okay. If you are sending it to some other person, then that ship to number has to be there, which is the second case which I am mentioning in my this thing, the transaction type, business transaction type. The second case where ship to is a third party, where the separate GSTN is there, then yes, that GSTN should be mentioned. In case that third party is not having GSTN with them, then you should mention that it is a URP. URP need to be mentioned. Okay, so that is the second thing. Bill from, dispatch from, that is I am myself purchasing it. To ship to GSTN is not required, since I am delivering is made to the buyer himself. So that's not a problem. So, and when there is a combination of both, mandatory ship to GSTN number is required. In case GSTN number is not there, then one has to mention URP. Friends, I'm sure there would be a lot of questions to it, but I would request first let this e-way bill presentation get over, and then we will take up the questions. There is a Q&A which is already mentioned, so you can mention your query out there. And along with me, there are Tally experts also available in this particular group, so they may also help us to solve the problem, because I am not looking at the chats instantaneously. Pictorial representation that if a supplier is generating, then enter ship to GSTN. Buyer has to provide the GSTN. If buyer is generating the e-way bill, then they can generate. Friends, you must be aware. Many of you must be aware that in TallyPrime, I think after release 3 or 4, we can generate e-way bill also for our inward documents. So for purchases as well, we can generate the e-way bill. For those of you who are not aware, please mention it in the chat. We can have a session for that separately maybe. But in case you are not aware, then do mention it in the chat. It will help the Tally team and us to make sure that what kind of next lectures we are having. For transporter, he just have to provide basic details. So he can provide only the buyer e-way bill number in his part 2. Okay. And as far as ship to party is concerned, as I have already mentioned, not to be printed on the e-way bill and visible only to the authorized officers. These transactions are not only, this FAQ is not only about local transactions, but where the exports are also happening. So in the ship to address, use the actual destination address and the pin code. In case it is going to a kind of a merchant exporter where things are there, so you can provide URP if the ship to locations where there is no registered person which is there. So you can provide the URP. URP is a system requirement and not a domestic supplier. So that internally Tally has brought in that changes, that URP is mentioned whenever the GSTN number is not entered at all. This is last of the pictorial this thing. The changes which has been happening, only bulk e-way bill generation, failed records due to new changes will fail. while all others will get through. This information is the most important in state GST and validation. The internal e-way bill system has been strengthened to ensure that the ship to GSTN must match with the state code and the PIN code. So you cannot provide any uh, or any weird details where PIN code, state code, and the GSTN are not matching at all. So ship to GSTN. So in Maharashtra, we are having 27 as the GSTN number started. So it has to match with my PIN code and the state code. Okay. Standalone e-way bill API, the ship to trade number is anyways optional. And with this, we have already discussed ship to GSTN should not be sent when it is from, we are only purchasing ourselves. Uh, in the regular transaction, the last point which is there in the regular transaction where there is only one buyer and one seller and the goods are moving only from one place to another, and there only one GSTN number should be mentioned. The ship to GSTN should not be sent. This is very critical. Friends, whenever we are entering in Tally right now, the ship to GSTN is going, okay, is being mentioned. So here there is a change in the user behavior, which we will see how we can navigate. So if you see in my current Tally, buyer and consignee, I am having the same address and the GSTN number is same. So this is not allowed. From 1st August, this is not allowed. What will happen in case if they are saved, then this has to be blank. What Tally has done internally, as I understand, I've been discussing with Tally R&D lot of these things. Even if you have mentioned it, it will not go on the e-way bill portal. So we need not worry much on it. But in case you need, if the address is a different address, but the GSTN is the same. Now suppose the what I was talking about is the address is GSTN is of Maharashtra only. I am sending the goods to Maharashtra only. But the bill to address is the office address and the ship to address is the Bhiwandi address. Now, in that case, I will here have to mention instead of primary, bill to में ship to का address mention करना पड़ेगा. Okay. So, in case you are not aware how to do it in Tally, we will show it in next few minutes. For next few minutes, we will be seeing how we can navigate this particular change of ship to, which is very much required, that in case you are sending it to Bhiwandi, Agrawal Jain, suppose company, if you are sending it to Bhiwandi, how that address can be mentioned in the bill to address. Okay, this particular thing, address type, I am sure most of you must be aware of this functionality, but many of us I have seen that they are not using this functionality of multi-address, which we will see it practically. Okay, so to navigate all these e-way bill errors, 7.1 releases here in TallyPrime 7.1, what we have to do is activate multi-address, that we will see it shortly how to activate it. Add all the registered premises in additional place of business. Okay, how to do it, that also we will see it right now. So in case a user is having multiple registered premises, one should enter it in Tally. Okay, do not use the consignee details for the same GSTN that I have already mentioned. And for those where you do not want to provide the shipper GSTN, you can use e-way bill on purchase and receipts notes. So these are the changes that we are wanting to have. And do let me know in the chat that are we using multi-address or not. So you can just mention that multi-address is being used or you want to learn. So multi-address, are we learn? Oh, right. Only 5 of us. There are 230 that people have joined. Want to learn? Yes, Harshit bhai, I will go. Q. Right. So let me start with Tally. Komalji, please do mention that my Tally screen is
Yes,
visible.
we can see the tally. Yes.
Yes. I must say today's audience is one of the most interactive audience. Thank you. Right. So this is the demo company that we are operating in, and in F11, more details, or rather show more. Second last option, enable multi-address. This is an important aspect that one must learn कि F11 में जाके आपको ये yes करना है, enable multi-address. And once your company is also having more than two address, this you can mention. Okay, so this is like for your company. For party master you will go it in party as well. Okay, party master में हम जाके देखेंगे. And this enable multi-address, you can provide the different details of yours as well. So that is the first step that you have to know. Enable multi-address. Control A. The second step is you go in any of the party, ledger master, and here in more details, show more, multiple address. So activate that for this company. Suppose they are having go down at B1D. So 1 and 1 broadband, go down at B1D, provide the address, provide the state, pin code, regular, give the same GSTN number. What is there in the details? I'm not putting it right now. And okay, go down at B1D for 1 and 1 broadband, and I say control A. So the moment I say 1 and 1 broadband, I need to sell. So when I am making a sale invoice, these are all the regular details. Yes, here is the major aspect. So if the goods are going to the B1D address, you have to select go down at B1D, and based on that all the other details are there. Friends, we need not select the consignee detail, or rather we should not select the consignee details. If there is a regular one, this thing only, goods are going at one place only, or if the goods are going to the same GSTN, so you have to give the GSTN of that thing. My sincere request to all of you is to check the details of the party to whom we are selling on the fetch GSTN details. I'm sure many of you must be using the fetch GSTN details. In the fetch GSTN details, we can not only see the address where the goods are going, but also the additional place of address. So there, of course, we'll have to do a copy and paste. It is not copying it immediately, but you can definitely look at it from the tally screen also. Okay, so this is the major change that has happened. If you are selecting both of them as same, it will be a big challenge for you. So the things that you must do, I have already told, but the prerequisites of that is what Komalji had shared right at the beginning, is that your tally has to be the latest version. If you are not having the latest version, your tally has not configured it for the earlier releases. So tally solutions working completely, any new government diktat or any new working which is coming is updated only through the releases. So here the 7.1 release has already been updated. It has not been activated for some reason, because last time also the government had postponed the implementation date. Hopefully, or I don't know whether they are going to do this time also or not. But this is a major change which might be affecting you or disrupting your business in a short run. Okay, so this is what we have to do. There are few questions at the Q&A. Let me look at the Q&A, please. Vishwas sir, yes, build to and ship to concept is being changed. Demo in export invoice making with e-way bill. Uh, so in e-way bill working, the only change which is required, that whenever for export transaction, is whenever the goods are going from our place to a place where there is no GST registered, CHA place where the GST number is not registered, you have to mention that, because the goods will be going from, suppose, a factory in Nasik to a person in JNPT. Goods are being loaded on the JNPT. The e-way bill is from Nasik to JNPT. So in that scenario, you have to mention URP for export transactions. Right. Big change, Savan Kumar, I understand, but one has to note, and since Tally has brought in that in the new release, it will make the process lot more smoother, right? So, with these few words, I am closing on this particular e-way bill notification part, and I am also starting on the other part of the Tally. Okay. Now, the other part, the next part which we have taken up today, is again an important aspect of release 7.1, is validation of SAC and HSN code. As you know, HSN code are the harmonized system of nomenclature code, which is there, which has been applicable since a long time, and in GST it has been forcefully mandated at all the places. Now the systems, rather, if you see the last few scrutiny notices of the GST department has been on this particular front only, where the SSC HSN code are not matching. Buyer कुछ अलग HSN समझ रहा है, seller कुछ अलग HSN लिख रहा है. So to ensure that there is a good understanding of trade, Tally has brought in this functionality of validating the SAC or the HSN. How to do it, what to do it, we will just see it in a minute. So you can go to any of your ledger. Suppose I go to repair and maintenance, and here I have mentioned my detail HSN SSC as 8536. So here default Tally has brought in these details. Okay, the entire table is here. But if I have to check that what is this HSN all about, then I can go out here on the right hand side. There is a button called Alt B, get HSN SSC info, and once I say yes, it will check on the e-way bill portal. Actually, I have logged in with my e-way bill credentials. If in case you have not logged in, you have to first log in with your e-way bill credentials. Okay. So this HSN SSC, what it is written in the government statute mandate, that details would be coming out here, and you can just say Control A or Control Q from here, and that will get saved. So this functionality they have provided not only at the ledger level, that is now what I have shown you, but it has also been given at the item level. Okay, so stock item level we can go and check. Sorry. So get HSN SSC. Suppose if I have to check this, do you want to get HSN? Yes. So here also it has been given. Okay, for what it is this HSN is all about. Okay, so this you can keep it, save it for your purpose, understand it whether the items that you have selected usko match kar raha hai ki nahi kar raha hai. That they have given at one more place. This particular aspect is display, sorry, GST report, GSTR1. So in this also we can, abhi in this there are multiple transaction with multiple HSN. So here we can check with our validate HSN SSC. जैसे हम validate party GSTN करते हैं, that we have been doing it for quite a few months now. Right now, now we can also validate all the HSN SSC together, and here you will get the details. In case you are not getting it, it is because you will get only the invalid details. In the F12 you have to show, say yes to show valid HSN. So these all are valid HSN count. That is not a problem. So this functionality Tally has brought in with the new GST working. Okay, so GST HSN, this they have brought in. They are also working on the concept further on this particular thing, is that in the GST 2B or in IMS, we can create the transactions and all those things. So Tally is continuously updating on the GST portal as per the requirements of the users. In case you feel that आपकी कोई requirement है और वो satisfy नहीं हो रही है, you can write a mail to the Tally company or to me, and we will forward it, collate it and forward it to Tally company that these are the also the requirements of the trade. Let me see Q&A में कुछ questions. Amit Bhai says e-invoice takes the ship to address as per the e-way bill. Otherwise, e-way bill cannot be made. Sir, this is the current functionality. But as and when 7.1 में update कर लेंगे and the government का notification activate हो जाएगा, it will take from the ship to address, or it will take from the bill to address, which you have mentioned as that. So this should not be a problem.
Punit sir, will okay,
Yeah.
you're seeing the Q&A only. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at Q&A only. If billing and shipping address is same, how to make invoice? This I have already answered, Manjula ma'am, that you do not have to mention anything in the shipping address. In the Tally has ensured, while I've been discussing with lot of team members on this particular thing, I've been discussing with R&D people, that Tally has internally also made sure that if both of them are having the same address, billing address and shipping address, the shipping, the GSTNs are same, then Tally will in itself not send the the shipping details in the e-way bill portal. So that working Tally has internally made sure, but for that one will have to make sure that they are using either 7 or 7.1. Rather, I will be very clear that it has to be 7.1 only. Satish has mentioned that we have two separate operational addresses registered in the same GSTN. If the shipment is dispatched at the second business location, should we keep the GSTN for bill to and ship to field same? No, you do not have to mention anything in the ship to details. If the shipment is dispatched at the second business location, then that second business location only will become part of your bill to details. Okay. Additionally, what is the ideal invoicing and the e-way bill practice to ensure full regulatory compliance when the physical delivery differs from the billing address under the same registration? So that's what the government is looking out for, that in case you have registered for Delhi ship to your additional place of business, that only should become your bill to address. It will not, that is where the goods are, and that should be, because your GSTN is common, so you have to mention only one GSTN and no two GSTN, Satish bhai, right? if trader is selling Abhishek Kaushik, if trader is selling the material to his dealer, but delivery will be given to end customer house. In this case, we have to mention URP. But Tally is showing putting bill details in uncertain transaction as we use Tally API for e-way bills and invoice. Yes, that is the certain change that Tally has brought in. Please use 7.1, and from 1st August, if you have mentioned URP, it would not be going in the this uncertain transaction. That is for sure, and I'm sure someone from Tally is also answering on this particular thing. So that is what it is.
Yeah, so Santosh has also devoted that user need not put the URP, the
Yeah.
Tally will take care. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks, Santosh. Yeah, because by says if we do not want to share the shipping GST with the buyer, how we can handle the situation? So yes, that situation is already taken care by Tele Solutions. You do not want to share the buyer GST ship to GSTN with the seller. Fine. Then you have to use inward bill from ship from purchase inward e-way bill functionality. Tally is supporting that. You can generate e-way bill for your inward transaction also. So in that, you need not give the ship to GSTN to the buyer. You generate the e-way bill and send all the details to the seller. So that's the best way to navigate this situation. Santosh bhai, anything that we can add on this?
No, sir, that is fine.
Yeah. Shivakumar, if HSN code persists, error code persists, we resolve. I'm not able to understand that. Shiv Kumar ji, please mention it in Q&A so that Tally team also can help us to get the details. Sir, you will be able to do entry in Tally, Miss Sonia. Just that you will not be able to use the connected services like e-way bill and e-invoice. Okay. Tally is one software where it is very much flexible as far as data entry is concerned. Once you are a customer of Tally, as far as license is purchased, then you are always able to enter it till the time they are maintaining the software. Yes, Pari Singh has asked one important question that e-way bill close करना भी रहेगा, उसका प्रोसेस और ऑप्शन आएगा टैली में. Pari, the e-way bill closure, yes, that is one thing that is expected, but currently in the notification itself, they have said that it is going to be optional, and currently they are not brought in 7.1. I'm sure in future releases Tally will bring the same. Varun, I have already answered it. Right. So with those words, let me take back to the presentation. So I'm sure many of us are aware of this rule 48.6. What does that rule says? Effective 1st April 2026. Mind you, 120 days have already passed. Businesses and professionals maintaining electronic books of accounts, like in Tally, must take a daily backup at the close of every business day, that is except maybe Sunday or Saturday, and store it on servers physically located in India. So 120 days have already passed. Last 2 weeks back, I was there with few of the chartered accountants. about 20 of the chartered accountants and asked them that how many of you are aware of this ruling. Everyone said, yes, we are aware. I asked them, how many of us are following this particular ruling? The answer was dismal. Many of the chartered accountants, many of the accountants are yet not following. Friends, this is a mandate which is required by the government, like audit trail, which was there only for the MCA compliant, MCA registered company. This rule is applicable to all the companies who are doing tax audit. All the companies. इनकम टैक्स में जो भी एप्लीकेबल है उन सबको एप्लीकेबल है. नॉन कंप्लायंस कुड अट्रैक्ट 25,000 25,000 to the business who is not compliant, to the auditor who has not certified it correctly. उनके लिए भी 10,000 की पेनल्टी है. 10,000 rupees penalty for them also. Okay. So tell me from your working that whether this is a boon or blessing in disguise. Sorry, whether this is a big challenge, mess, or blessing in disguise. What is your personal opinion on it? We can put it in the chat. Okay, and then I will take you to what Tally has done till now. Is it blessing in disguise or is it unforeseen liability which is expected? Yes, Vishal bhai. Vishal bhai, listen. Friends, please may yes, Pari, Vishwas. Wow. So many of you are saying that this is a blessing and we must use this blessing proactively. Why? Because the number of cyber attacks, the number of data corruption, the number of challenges while we are using the electronic books has gone multiplied, are multifold. So in this scenario, it is good that this particular government has brought in this thing. I know it is a very, very harsh way in which to make sure that a person who is having maybe 1 GB of data, uska 365 days ka backup 365 GB on the server. Okay, not only 365 GB, but uska 7 years, because they have not given that till how many years you have to maintain this backup. So to maintain it for 7 years, it is like 2,500 plus days mein rakhna. It is a big cost also to the government. But friends, we feel as a consultant, I really see lot of blessings in this, because by this way, at least many of the users would be able to keep their backups properly. They should be able to use the drive and working properly. Okay. So what we have to do? Nothing. इसमें हमको करना क्या है? In case we are using Tally 7.1, so that is the prime mandate that we have to ensure that it is there. And in 7.1, go to data tab and backup and restore. So here there are details which are here: backup, schedule backup, manage, restore from TallyDrive login. So you can schedule your backup. Okay, in this backup also you can also provide the drive path and from where we are able to update it. Okay, select from drive, we can update it on the drive. Also we can keep the schedule backup also. Okay, when we are using the schedule backup, how would the screen be looked at? Yeah. How would the screen be looked at? Let me just show it to you. So TallyDrive scheduled backup. This is how the screen would look at. Okay, when was the backup path taken, where it is taken, last backup, next backup, where it is success or in working, where it is. So this is how you can also maintain it in Tally. Okay, right? And you can also get this report that last backup status, when it was failed, when it was success, and all these things. So ये सब आपको टैली के अंदर ही मिलेगा. Let me show it to you practically. I am taking help of my team member. 1 second. So we will log in. Alt Y data. Schedule backup. Okay. Add schedule. And here we can add the schedule. कौन सी company हमको लेनी है? Okay, so we can select the company, and once we select the company, we can also take the backup frequency. The government says end of the day, so we can provide 6 p.m. in F12. Provide method of backup. This is very critical. That what is the method of backup? Okay, backup frequency, the time. Okay, 6 p.m. or 6:30, whenever your day is ending. Method of backup, whether you want to provide incremental or full. Now, that's what I was telling, that in case you are having a 1 GB डेटा, आपको रोज 1 GB डेटा का अगर बैकअप लेना होगा, तो it will cost you a lot, or rather it will cost you a bomb. Okay, what we can do is to use the latest Tally's functionality कि भाई मेरे को incremental backup ही दे दे. What is incremental backup? Is that the changes that you have made till now during the day will only get backed up, not the entire data. आपका जिस दिन फर्स्ट डे पे एंटायर डेटा बैकअप होता है, एंड एवरी डे इफ यू पुट इट ऑन डेली बेसिस, incremental backup of that particular changes. So if you have modified 15 transaction, created 20 transaction, so only the transactions का 35 or might have created few masters also, so only those 35 or 40 masters का जो change है वही incremental backup में जाएगा. Okay, nothing else would get changed. And how many incremental backup you have to maintain? You can mention 7, you can mention 5, you can mention 30. That is for you to decide. Okay, so incremental, and उसके बाद में कितना, उसके बाद में वो full backup automatically ले लेगा. ठीक है, whether we want to take a backup and whether we want to set a backup password. So this backup, when the data is getting stored on the Tally drive, is encrypted format. Okay, it is already in encrypted format. Nobody can open that. But even after encrypting, Tally is providing additional layer of security. Or one layer of security will make sure that your data is safe. Okay, so we can put the additional backup password also. Currently, I have not enabled it. Okay, and I say yes. There's some challenge in my ID, but that's it. ये पूरा backup आपके drive में चला जाता है, and it is one of the best functionalities that Tally has brought in to make sure that our businesses are safe in terms of in extreme situation, or restoring it is also very easy from the TallyDrive backup. It's a matter of just few minutes, and I would highly recommend that you should activate your backup and ensure that working is there. So we have successfully logged in, and here we can mention the schedule what we wanted. Okay, add a schedule. That's it. So the backup is in progress. Here you will get the report. By the time the backup is in progress, I'll look at the Q&A. Time frame for backup, generally 6 p.m. in the evening should be good. Can we mention in URP bill to ship to same address? Not advisable, Govindaji. I think all the other questions have already been answered. Vijesh bhai, what was your question? If we are selling to party who have registered address is different and shipping address is different, then how will we show? If the both the addresses are different, then you need to check the GSTN. If they are different, registered and shipping, then great, you have to mention it in bill to ship to. If they are same, then the shipping address itself becomes the billing address. That is what the suggestion is. Okay, so that is what it is. How many previous days backup we have to keep is saved. So technically, Tally government has asked for 365 days backup. Okay, and from Tally they are providing, if you are a multi-user, they are providing 3 GB of backup and data 3 GB of data size drive that it you can save, and 1 GB for a single user. Okay, so and you can download that and keep it separately also. So टैली बैकअप के लिए टैली ओपन होना जरूरी है, बैकअप शेड्यूल करना हो जाएगा ऑटोमेटिकली. आई एम नॉट गेटिंग यू फ्रेंड anonymous. For tally backup we need to start the tally, right? But ये बिना tally even if the system is on, that should be great. Anonymous attendee, even if the system is on, it should be great. Is there an option to save data at other places? Yes, local machine you can save it, but not on Google Drive or Microsoft Teams. Okay, OneDrive पे नहीं है, but Google Drive पे हो सकता है. We are using Tally on cloud. How to backup? Yes, you can. If you are using AWS, Tally's AWS services, it will get connected with that also. And if you are using like Windows, any users Windows third-party server, there also this backup services are activated, because Tally has involved this into the local exe only. So there is no thing. Can we make our supplier generate using GST registered ad for ship to, but report it as EOP because we do not want to ideally no anonymous this thing that GST number, if he is having a GST, the ship to details is if he is a GST registered person, then ideally we should be providing the GST number, because this entire exercise government is doing for audit trail. By not mentioning it or by mentioning it as URP, you are defeating the entire purpose and government may come back to us. Indrajit Singh, how the government know that I have not taken backup? Very important question. The government is not going to come and check. It is the auditor who has to report it in tax audit whether Mr. Indrajit has taken backup or not. Jyoti, my data is on cloud. It is showing scheduled backup. So is it saving on their system or is it on our system? So if it is a scheduled backup, it is on the Tally drive only. Yes. Maybe that setup is not done properly. I highly recommend many of you to use Tally Era. It is wonderful tool that to answer many of your questions. I don't know how many of you are aware of Tally Era or not. Not so, sorry. Tara, not Era. I'm so sorry. Era is for importing this thing, but Tara.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you are using this Tara or not, but I highly recommend to use Tara. Of course, you should use Era also for document import, but that's for some other day.
So you can actually just say two lines that it's the AI solution, AI bot that pulls out data from entire Tally help pages. So we have Tally help. You can directly access Tally help from within TallyPrime itself. So any queries you have, in fact, we who are not a product expert can also put in our query, and it gives us the videos. You can see the quick videos on how to you can solve your problem. So
Yeah.
sir, आप
So how
within
to?
Tally आप कैसे Tally help में जाते हो? If you can just show that also
Yeah,
on the
I will
screen.
show that as well. F1, Tally help, and Ask Tara. So some of you mentioned how to use the way will from TallyPrime. I'm not aware how to use it. Okay, so I just put this question that how to use e-way bill from TallyPrime, and within few seconds you will find step-by-step approach of activation of Tally e-way bill prime, activation of not only Tally screen but also what one needs to do on the government portal. Okay, that also is being provided. One type setup. Okay, so this is where it is step by step, and they also provide you the videos. Okay, how to generate e-way bill, how to generate online, कैसे करना है इंग्लिश में, हिंदी में, अलग अलग मैंडेट में, how to cancel e-way bill online and validate. So this is one of the best functionality that Tally team has brought in to reduce or rather to ensure that the knowledge is democratized in the biggest possible way. So on this Guru Purnima day, I thank Tally for this Tally Tara, because by using Tally Tara, my own calls to Tally company has reduced drastically. I being so frequent user, I keep asking a lot of questions, but now by using Tara, my questions are answered first online, and then I am asking only few which I am not able to get it in terms of roadmap or in terms of configuration. Somewhere I'm missing it badly. Those only I'm asking. Otherwise, this Tally Tara is one of the best functionality that one can get it. So today's homework for all of you or all the 196 participants, go and use Tally Tara once, and I'm sure you will keep using it again and again. With those few words, I rest my presentation and I will go back to Q&A and chat once again if there are any. Anonymous attendee at 359, we are supplying to registered person, but that registered person is supplying to unregistered person. So ship to details is of unregistered person. That's fine. Bill to details, that is mentioned. URP, you can mention it. Yes. Anonymous at 359, yes. Arvind ji, even auditor has no time to check all the backups to load in Tally and check the backup is there or not. Only sample check is possible. I agree with you, Arvind ji. It is additional headache to, I myself being chartered accountant, it is additional headache to a chartered accountant without commensurate increase in fees. So even they would not have time, but a mandate is a mandate. On this platform, at least I cannot say, okay, please do not put it. I can just only mention that, yes. Ankur says, how many days backup do we need to keep for government purposes? That is suspense that Tally, even government is not discussing about it. So they have just said 365 days backup. But कितने दिन तक के लिए रखना है? For how many days this 365 days backup has to be there? I'm not sure. I did not find it in any of the notification. And presuming that earlier notification of 7 years, that कोई भी डेटा आपका 7 साल तक रखना है, तो आपको ये 365 days का बैकअप 7 साल के लिए रखना है. That is more than 2,500. That is a presumption. I'm sure a good amount of clarity should come from the government shortly on this. Maintain secrecy, attendee at 358. Friend, my dear friend, you use from, bill from, ship from by using purchase. So that is what it is. Umesh, you can put your query to support, I think, why it is failing. I'm not sure on this. So that is where it is. Let me share my connect details if some of you might want to connect back with me.
Punit, sir, did we cover the built-in list of the 7.1 feature?
Yeah. HSN SSE code we have covered.
Acha, we did. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We have covered HSN SSE code. That I think is done.
Okay, I think if we have time, can we just take one example of generating e-way bill? I think we have
I would have loved to, but I'm not having access to Sandbox
okay,
right now.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Brijesh, it is not mandatory as of now to close the e-way bill. As very shortly it is expected from Tally also. If it is mandatory, Tally will surely bring that close e-way bill functionality.
So, Ms. Manjula, as Punit sir showed that you can access the Tara, or you can just simply put, we have lot of help videos. In fact, let me see if I can just pull one and send it to you, that on how to generate the e-way bill and e-invoice. It's fairly simple and there are many help videos. Or you can just simply go to Tally Help and access Tara. Tara will guide you with the written as well as video representations as well.
Yeah, friends, thank you very much for your patient hearing, and I'm really glad that we all were there for about 250 of us were there, and these are my company details who have provided me the support of the backup and the entire presentation. Also, some of them was prepared by my team. So, would be glad to get connected with some of you who wish to get connected, and please. Also connect with me on my LinkedIn profile, which is Punit B. Mehta. You can search on Punit B. Mehta on my LinkedIn. We can get connected at least on the LinkedIn as well. So with those few words, thank you Tally team for giving me this opportunity, and all of you for being part of this today's session on such an important day. Thank you.
Thank you so
Audience,
much, Punit sir. Yeah, in fact, as we discussed that I was not expecting this audience. In fact, we had over 250 audience today, and that's very heartening to see because the topic is so crucial and with the mandate. So once again, thank you so much for suggesting this and covering it in crisp, and we have finished the session within 1 hour. So thank you, audience. We'll make sure that the recording gets uploaded at the earliest. Thank you so much. I will now conclude the session. Thank you.
thank you.